This is really the big patch for today, is Undermined, and I wanted to look into the patch notes. I thought it could be fun. Let's see. Oh, is this a video?
Are you tired of these stoneheads droning on and on about rocks?
Actually, they are minerals.
Then come on down to Undermine, a place where dreams are manufactured and sold to the highest bidder.
Did I watch this?
Slogan.
We got beautiful beaches.
I think I did.
Don't go underwater. Or in the water.
We got fast cars. Don't ask where we got the pots.
We got dance parties.
I think I
And
did.
streets with real trees. What? What was trees?
Rivers of questionable substance.
Seedy alleyways.
Wait, why are we
We
showing
got
the
Undercity
city alleyways?
rivers.
Mountains of garbage.
No, don't show the garbage. How about our glamorous Intercontinental Hotel?
Or our exotic cuisine. Long lines means it's good, right?
We got shopping.
Golf.
This shirt.
And a giant robot T-Rex fighting a giant cyborg.
I want the
robot.
And don't
robot.
forget about the
Giant
luxurious Galagio,
robot
a
T-Rex.
monument to our brilliant leader, Jaster Galliwick, shining bright right in the heart of our city.
And if you want to do some business, you can always see what the local cartels got cooking. Just don't do anything to undermine Gallywicks. That definitely went in well for you.
But you don't gotta worry about that. Hey, look at the bright lights, so pretty. Visit Undermine today.
I'm so excited.
This advertisement paid for by
Goblin
Jaster
stuff, yeah! Yeah, it's awesome.
Duke dance.
I am a goblin player, so for me, this is an incredibly exciting day. Very, very exciting patch. Carve out a rewarding career and undermine cartels.
Hey, you must be new in town. Well, don't you worry. I got the lowdown on a who's who in Undermine. And just for a couple thousand gold, I'll fill you in. Deal? I'll take that as a yes. You see, Undermine's all about business. That's why we got cartels. First, you got Bilgewater. Their trade prince is Monty Gaslow.
That's
They're the ones you go
that's
to
us.
when you want something to go boom. They're also good at building stuff, too. Innovation, engineering, construction,
the
works. You can find
playable
their headquarters
goblin.
right here in Hovel Hill. And then you got Steamweedle, oldest and largest of the cartels. Their trade prince is Marin Noggenfogger, best known for his elixirs and potions. They specialize
He's the
in
trade
fuel,
prince.
poisons, chemicals, alchemy, you name it. Their base of
Ooh.
operations is the one surrounded by all the glowing goop in the Vatworks. Next, we have Blackwater, bunch of dirty pirates. Seriously, they rarely bathe, and they're pirates. Their leader is Baron, Trade Prince Revelgaz. They operate primarily out of Booty Bay, but now they got a spot right here in the Blackwater Marina as a bona fide cartel. They used to spend most of their time hassling shipping and receiving, but now they are shipping and receiving. Problem solved. Finally, we
All
got
right.
Vinchico. They got their HQ over in the heat.
Crestfallen, thank you so much for the 55-month resub. I really appreciate that. I'm doing good. Yeah. I'm doing all right.
It's a dump. No, literally, it's an actual dump. If you could dig it up, chop it down, blow it out of a mountain, Vinchico will do it. And they got some of the best heavy machinery this side of that giant sword. They don't got no trade prince per se, but Grimla Fizzlecrank hands out the jobs these days, and she's alright in anyone's book. And there you have it, kid. Throw your lot in with any of the cartel, and you'll be well on your way to mountains of cash. Just always remember to pay your dues. For instance, that'll be 2,000 gold. Hey, where are you going? You'll fit right in, kid.
Nice. These are so cute. I think these are really charming. They don't have to put this in the patch notes. While in Undermine, you'll meet the 4 major goblin cartels: Bilgewater, Steamweedle, Blackwater, and Venture Co. Bilgewater, I mean, that's got to be the one I pick, because if you're a playable goblin, that's your cartel. That's your guys. Okay? Notorious goblins like Gaslow, Revelgaz, Noggenfogger, and more run each cartel. A secret 5th cartel awaits in the wings. What? What? Which one is that? Which of these cartels you align with is up to you. Man, I hope that I can get the title Trade Princess. Like, if we can get Trade Princess title out of this season, it would be amazing. I feel like if you did the Goblin starting zone, then you know that that was something that your character is trying to do from the beginning. Like, you're trying to work your way up the ladder and get the position of Trade Prince or Trade Princess. It's actually fantastic. I recently went back and I did the Goblin starting area again, and it holds up really well today. I think it is still really fun. It is fast paced, it's snappy, it's funny. There's like rewarding moments. There's some good characters you meet in it. It's very silly and over the top. It's fantastic. I was surprised just how well it held up after all these years. I still enjoyed it quite a bit. I was leveling a monk over the weekend a little bit, just kind of casually chilling out, doing some leveling there. Okay, so I think that some of y'all shared with me this post on Wowhead about the cartels of Undermine and like choosing a cartel. I might look at this after we check out all the different patch notes, because this is like a huge decision that you make, and I assume this is an account-wide decision that you make. But yeah, so we have a choice there, but it's not like a covenant. You're going to be able to pick one to be the first one you ally with, and then you can work your way through all the others. Kind of like how the Severed Threads works. I think it's going to be kind of similar feel to that. Cricket Wrangler, thank you so much for the 33-month resub. And Marilyn, thank you for the 2-month resub. I do appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for your support. Time to make a new goblin character? Yes, at least make a goblin and go through the starting area, because it's fun. It's fantastic. I do not think I fully understand the point of the Undermine event. I'm assuming there's a new raid wing. Well, when we're done with the patch notes, you're going to understand everything that there is. But yes, there's a new raid. There is like all kinds of new stuff. There's a ton of content. It's a huge patch. It's gigantic. The season starts on March 4th, but this is like new area, new raids, new delves, new Mythic Plus season. So yeah, there's a lot of things. Oh, and also D.R.I.V.E. D.R.I.V.E. Oh yeah. Zap, my understanding of cartels work the same way as the Nerubians. Yes, exactly. It's just like Severed Threads situation. I gotta go with Bilgewater though. I think no matter what I read here, I'm gonna end up going with Bilgewater, because that's my people. That's your guys. If you're a goblin player.
Get your hot rods. Introducing the new G99 Breakneck. The ride
Yes.
that'll make you talking to town. This four-wheel roadster can go from 0 to really fast
Race
in a matter
cars.
of seconds. Just click the boost button on your toolbar, and you can go from looking like this to this. Each car
I'm
comes
so
with a
excited.
boost meter, so make sure you hug those tight corners by holding spacebar to drift and recover your meter. And if this is your first time driving, this car is practically indestructible, so don't worry if you miss the roads from time to time. This sweet ride boasts all the features your other rides may be lacking. Sorry, Chester. It's got shiny headlights, steel rims, exhaust, reverse lights, a fiery engine, and this thing. Can't decide what color to get? Well, you don't have to. Just talk to the big guy to change the color of your vehicle. And guess
It's like
what? You
GTA.
can also switch out the internal mechanics to make sure you have the best driving experience. Look, donuts.
Nice. I can't wait to do this. I actually did not even look at it on the PTR because I wanted to be delighted and surprised on patch day. I put this off and not even peeked into the PTR for a second, so that I would get to experience it with most people all at the same time. Yeah. Which has been unbanned in your country. That's great. It's crazy they just dropped Drive in the patch. Right, I know. That's something that I thought was really crazy too. That they didn't even have this be a headlining feature of the expansion, but they absolutely could have made it one. They're like, oh yeah, so by the way, we're also gonna just revolutionize ground mounts in this patch and have like totally new ground mount dynamics we're gonna experiment with in the patch. Now, it's not obviously it's not gonna apply to all your ground mounts yet, but I have a feeling like they might try that in the future. They might like try to put this on all the mechanical mounts that there are. Yes. Because my tinfoil hat theory about that.
_N says Zepla, will you have to censor the stream when driving the cars? I think it's against toes to show a bunch of hot rods on stream.
Zais, please. Zais. no, I'm not gonna have to censor the cars. I'm not gonna have to censor. It's okay to show these hot rods. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I do think that people are gonna be complaining a lot though with having to learn how to drift and not run into things. I think this is gonna be a huge skill issue for myself included and for everyone. And there's going to be a ton of people complaining about it. Like, mark my words, people are going to be so mad because I remember how mad people were with the Emerald Dream patch and the fact that you could dragon ride into branches of the trees really easily, and people were quite upset about it. And it looks like it's going to be pretty easy to run into things here as well. Yeah. You're going to be hitting all kinds of stuff. But as part of the progression for your car, you'll meet up with Nanny Tallulah. Oh my god, that's my cat's name. My cat's name is Tallulah, who will send you out on shipping and handling jobs to earn rewards. So it's going to be like little mini quests you can do. That's cool. Maybe they could add like an Uber, like you could do in GTA, like pick somebody up and then drop them off. It would also be cool. I doubt that this is something that they're going to ever add, but give us a radio. Like, give us Undermined radio like we had in GTA, where, yeah, that would be fun. Players can adjust the car's characteristics, such as adjusting its color by buying parts to add a little extra grip to hug the roads, or adjust to slide and glide as they drift around corners. Want to accelerate faster? Then you may have to sacrifice a little speed. Yes, that is awesome. Learn more. What? Oh, this is a whole thing. There's Nanny Tallulah. That's my cat's name. Different ways you can customize it. Okay. Next up, the Liberation of Undermine raid. Before I get to that, let me turn the music back on. I'll play the music from the patch. Some of the jazz. This is another thing that I'm really excited about with this patch. I felt like the music that they have created is unlike anything I've ever heard in WoW before. And it makes me really excited for the patch because I feel like they are really cooking and they're really trying new things in a way that I've never seen them do before. Hi, Mr. G. Hello. Someday I will race you from Westfold to Red Ridge. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Maybe we could do maybe there's a way to do races? I don't know. We are gonna be jamming. Okay, so the raid, obviously, us Buns are going to be doing together. As a guild, our guild has cleared the heroic raid in Season 1 on both EU and NA, and we are ready to get back at it into the raiding saddle for Season 2 with the Liberation of Undermine. Now, I'm going to be, hopefully, be able to raid more this time around. Season 1 was really cursed for me, so there was like months I had to take away, unfortunately. I just couldn't be around very much due to my life having problems. Hopefully I'll have less tragedies in Season 2. It would be good. It would be great. Despite the best efforts of the United Cartels, Gallywix has holed himself away in the Galagio. I really think, I know I just said this, but you need to make a goblin character and go through the goblin starting zone if you haven't done it. Because it will show you what a huge piece of shit Gallywix is. I forgot until I replayed it a couple days ago and it reminded me what a gigantic piece of shit he is. Like, it's... You need this background information before you go into the raid. It's gonna give you motivation to take this guy down because he's such an asshole. Yes. The Goblin starting zone is so amazing. It's really good quest. It's like they have so many bad things happen to them. I think they might be the most unfortunate race that there is. They just have like one horrible catastrophe after another one in like rapid succession, but they always get back up and just keep moving forward, and that's what's something that's very inspiring about Goblin kind. So we're finally gonna get rid of Gallywix for good, which is really great. Though, are we gonna kill him? Or is he gonna be like... Who knows?
Thank you, Optimus.
Pulled away.
Goblin up the subs.
Night Coffee, thank you so much for the 31-month resub. Goblin up the sub. Well. It's a race against time to stop the Dark Fuse Adventure Co. from sabotaging a dam that would have disastrous effects on the Ringing Deeps. Ooh. Floodgate. 4 boss. Oh, it's a new dungeon. Oh. Operation Floodgate. It's a new dungeon. It's gonna be Mythic Plus, Mythic, Heroic. So that's gonna be exciting. You can try the new dungeon and see what that's like. Cool, cool. Rosa Ice Plays, thank you so much for the 6-month resub. Laiku, thank you for the 7-month resub. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. As a reminder, we do have Twitch drops active today for just watching for 4 hours. You will get the Clocker Spaniel pet, and I'm going to be playing a lot of WoW this week, so you'll be able to accumulate time towards this pet really easily just by having the stream up. Cage of Carnage PvP Arena. Ooh. That could be fun to get into PvP. I was thinking about it. That could be fun. New class sets. So... Oh, there's new delves as well. New PvP season. New class sets. So this is pictures of the class sets. Okay. I think we did look at these when they first were on Wowhead. Okay, Season 2, new dungeon rotation for Mythic Plus. Floodgate, the new dungeon that's coming in the patch today. Cinderroot Meadery, the Rookery, Dark Flame Cleft, which I remember being pretty hard. Priory, the Motherlode, Theater of Pain, which I remember being hard. Mechagon Workshop, which I don't know at all. So I'll have a lot to learn. I don't know Mechagon Workshop, and obviously nobody knows Floodgate. So that's going to be fun. There's a new Shredder tank, which I assume is from the seasonal rewards for Mythic Plus. Yeah. And there's also titles, the Enterprising and the Enterprising Hero. I like the tank very much. Obviously, I want this. It's similar to the one that Gallywix had. When you meet him in the Goblin Starter quests in Kata. New delves. There's 2 new delves coming out. Excavation Site 9, which looks like a big lore dump. And Side Street Sluice, which looks pretty sketch. Also looks related to the Black Blood. So this is some kind of a Black Blood monstrosity. And this looks related. I feel like Goblins probably using the Black Blood for evil purposes. Or maybe we'll use it for gasolina in our hot rods. That's possible. I am really excited about the delves. As you know, last week, I went really, really hard on Zekvir last week. There's still time, by the way, for you to kill Zekvir before Season 2 officially starts, which is March 4th. So you have a week. You still have time to do that. But, my god. I got so hooked up on this challenge. It's so fun to attempt. But I think there's going to be a new nemesis for Season 2. So we get new delves, plus apparently new variants are being added to the previous delves. So the old delves are not being ignored. They're going to be updated with some new stuff. New rewards, and yeah, obviously the new nemesis is something I'm probably going to beeline to as soon as possible to see how it is. I bet it's gonna be pretty hard. And apparently there's some new mount. So the new mount, this is, I assume this is the basic version, the Delver's Gob Trotter. Newest Delve mount attainable during Season 2 from the War Within Undermine. So it's like a little plane. Is this a it's not a customization for our existing one. This is a new thing, right? Yep. And we have this one too. This is from the Nemesis encounter, which is fantastic. It's very, very goblin coded. Obviously, it's gold, and there's the rocket strapped to the side of the hot air balloon, which I love. It also has a spear coming out the mouth of the front of it, which is pretty good. This is the PvP mounts. How many of y'all are doing PvP, or you think you might be doing PvP in Season 2? Because I haven't touched it at all, but I really like the look of the cage arena, the new... Yeah, this PvP arena looks really neat to me, where everybody's just dropped into this really close quarter place and has to fight. I think that's... It doesn't look like there's a lot of places that you can hide, and it might be a fun way to get into PvP, but I haven't done it all. Yeah! There's a new world boss. Once a source of pride for the Bilgewater Cartel, this mech was a force to be reckoned with in the Demolition Dome. Pinnacle of Goblin Innovation. So someone forgot to give it an oil change. Yeah! That's... looks like a mount you might be able to get. But that is not confirmed anywhere. It's just a world boss. Classes. As for the patch notes, I think there's a Bellular video I might watch about this. He usually does the winners and losers video. We might watch that after we're done looking here at all of the news. But I will read some of the developers' notes. So Death Knight. Currently, Frost and Unholy are incredibly survivable, often boasting lower death rates than tanks. What? And far above any other specs in the game. It makes sense for Death Knights to be incredibly durable, and their kit lends itself well to it. But it leans too far in the unkillable direction. We fully expect Frost and Unholy Death Knight to continue being one of the more survivable specs, but this should bring them closer to a more sane level. Are you kidding me? Are Death Knights actually immortal? It makes sense that they defy death. They're Death Knight, so... But, okay. I mean, I haven't played Death Knight in Season 1 at all, so I don't know how crazy this was. But I know that some people told me that Frost was super easy to do Zekvir on, so maybe that's something to try before it goes away on March 4th. Hi, Rob. Yeah, I've checked some mechanics for the upcoming hero raid. I must say, some are very interesting. Well, we're gonna find out pretty soon. Demon Hunter stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all this. I'll read for the classes that I know about. Hopefully Druid gets some love that makes it a little bit more fun. I'll just watch a video summarizing this stuff, I think. Hunter. This is a lot. This is a lot of stuff. Thankfully, we did complain, and they're going to let me keep my pet for MM spec. That was something that I was extremely worried about, but we convinced them to let me keep Peepo. The other big news with Hunter I've heard is that you're going to be able to choose what type of pet any beast you tame is. So you're no longer have to go out and find the ferocity pet or the tenacity pet. You can just set the version that you want, which I think is incredible. This is going to make it a lot more versatile of what kind of companion that you want to have. following abilities had their visuals updated. Ooh, what? Some traps, post haze, cheetah, counter shot. Okay. I like that. That's good. Hero Dark Ranger, I've learned from doing D.R.I.V.E. Pack Leader was really unfun the last time I played it, but it looks like they've given it a lot of love, so we'll see how that plays. Sentinel is my favorite so far with Hunter. Our goal with these changes is to help make Lunar Storm feel like more of a moment by reducing its frequency and increasing its damage. Okay. We're also looking to increase its usability by allowing it to slowly track its target. Oh my god, yes. No shit. You should have done that from the beginning. This Lunar Storm is spawned at your enemy's position, and in most content, Hunters have very little agency over where enemies are moving. We felt that allowing it to slowly follow your target is more justifiable. Yes. Thank you. It spawned at the enemy position. Yet again, they've updated the visual effect for Lunar Storm, which is interesting because they change it with every patch, I feel like. Every time they try to make it look less like a bird pooping on your enemy. And we'll see if it still looks like a bird poo-poo or not. Find out about that. We're happy with Beast Mastery Hunter. Okay. I'm gonna skip. Moving into Undermine, we're looking to reimagine marksmanship's sharpshooter fantasy and reconcile some large spec friction points such as Lone Wolf. Undermine is seeing marksmanship lose their pet functionalities. What? Oh yeah, the functionality of the pet. It's joined and battled by an eagle that will exist outside of the game's space, but continue to support you in a uniquely marksmanship way. Well, I'm looking forward to giving this a try. But I wonder if having the talent that lets you keep your pet, is this going to be a huge damage loss or not? That's my question. But we'll only know after the patch is live, really. So many talents removed, like it's a huge change. It's a huge change is here. Survival. We're happy with Survival Hunter's gameplay after the 20th anniversary celebration update. But this pack continues to have a lot of cognitive load around what buttons to press and when. Yes. To better condense Survival's rotational decision space, we're making access to Butchery and Flanking Strike mutually exclusive. Both spells have their own strengths and nuances, but having access to both at all times creates a crowded rotation that is absent of filler spells like Raptor Strike or Mongoose Bite. I think this is a good idea. Okay. Survival is such a fascinating and different way to play Hunter. There's something that I love about World of Warcraft in general, but that I'm happy about in my most played class at the moment, Hunter, is that even if you have a class that's a DPS that has 3 different DPS specs, all 3 of those DPS specs are going to feel completely different, with Hunter even having a freaking melee spec in the form of Survival. You can have a 2-handed spear, and now we have that. We have Sharpshooter fantasy, and we have like all about pets fantasy, and I think that's awesome. It lets you change things up a lot without having to swap to a different class. Zeb, have you checked the new FF14 patch? Yes, we looked at that the first thing today. It's an incremental tiny patch that only adds an emote, and it removes the weekly lockout for Savage, but that's it. So there's not a lot to say. It didn't take us very long to go over that today. Survival is so fun right now. I absolutely love it. Oh my god. I tried Survival for the first time in Dragonflight, like, you know, the melee Survival that it is now, and I was just amazed at how much better it is, because back in my day, Back in my day, nobody played survival. There was just nothing. There was no reason to play it. Mage. I'm gonna probably be playing a lot of Mage on NA. I'm expecting Frostfire. Really fun. I love the Frostfire on Frost. Okay, I'm not gonna read everything here. It's just overwhelming. I'm not the type of person that can like read all of the pluses and minuses and then put that all together like a huge puzzle. Like I'm not. I'm still kind of a noob, I think. Monk is the class I am leveling now. I started a new monk on NA to level that. Red Paladin I've learned how to play finally because of D.R.I.V.E, which is great, great fun. Paladin is just such a, it's a solid recommend. Priest, I haven't played at all. Don't know anything about priests. Just rogue. I think for me to play rogue, I'm gonna need to see some huge changes to the feel. At the moment, I'm not feeling it with rogue, sadly. That's why I put the Bellular video in the react. Exactly. So that is on the other tab, and I'll probably watch that. Warlock. I might play a little bit more Warlock in Season 2. Drain life damage increased by 300%. Well, I mean, it hit like a wet noodle before, so. Warrior. We feel like warriors are in a good place overall. However, there's a few places we'd like to make improvements into the class. Okay. I think with warrior, something that they need to do is make it more clear to the player that you need to be stacking up ignore pain. I don't know if this is something that's immediately obvious to new players of the class, and if you are not stacking up ignore pain as a tank, you are really causing a lot of problems for yourself, and you might not even realize that you are doing that. You might not realize what you're doing wrong, and so I feel like that's something that needs to be communicated a lot better. Yeah. Because I actually needed somebody to tell me that Ignore Pain's icon now displays the remaining absorb amount as a percentage of the maximum absorb amount. Okay. But I haven't played a lot of Warrior, so I don't have a lot to say about Warrior. Mountain Thane is fantastic. Thunder Blast damage increased by 25%. Yeah! Good. Delves. New variants to almost all of the War Within Delves. What? Almost all are getting new variants. I didn't know that. There's going to be a goblin version for almost all the Delves. It's fantastic. Delver's Journey has been updated with new rewards for Season 2. Bran is now going to be able to be a tank. Excuse me, I'm a little congested at the moment for some reason. We're aiming to make healing a more viable and engaging option. Ooh, yeah! For soloing Delves. Well, I love Preservation Evoker. I think it's extremely fun healer and very different. So I would love to go in there with Prez. If healing can be engaging and fun, Prez would be the one I would want to get some practice on. He uses his shotgun and a shield, so we're going to be testing that. Of course. He's got some new talents. Pistol and shield. Damage reduction per stack. Whenever the shields get damaged, he does more damage. When the shield gets worn out, he switches to a shotgun. He summons the family bear. He has a bear now, which charges into battle, launching enemies up into the air. The bear then prepares for a series of massive stomps, dealing damage, forming an area that increases dodge chance and increasing maximum health. Alright, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Okay. He's got... when you heal Bran, it will pulsate as nature damage. That's cool. Bran can make the enemies reduce their attack speed. Each enemy hit by the shotgun has a chance to be knocked down. If you heal Bran, it supercharges the shotgun to deal more damage. So that's cool. So you heal up Bran, and he's gonna do more damage through your healing. That's awesome. I think that's gonna be pretty exciting to try that when an enemy attacks a player. Bran throws his trusty lasso, pulling the enemy back. All right, neat rope trick. Man, Bran can do it all. He's got a shotgun. He's like a cowboy. He can do the lasso. Grand Bran slam. Bran leaps into battle with concussive force, dealing damage and taunting enemies nearby. Is it just me, or is he getting stronger? Watch Bran be the final boss of the War Within, because he just keeps getting, like, more Chad with every season. What the fuck? Okay, survival journal, Paragon ability. Combat mastery gives him increased health and healing received. Dwarven medicine will now grant, oh, that's the potions that he throws on the ground. Those will now grant 15% damage reduction for 12 seconds. I thought it had that, or was it 10%? Healing over time effect is increased. Yes. Very nice. Steel traps will now increase the damage the target takes. Well, I'm excited to try out healing Bran. I could, we'll see how it is. I could do that either on Resto Druid or Resto Shaman or Prez Evoker. There's so many choices. So many choices. I just hope that the choices are even. That there's not going to be one that's ridiculously better than the other versions. Like if Shaman is just much, much better for Bran than any of the others. We'll see. Yeah, Bran is the real hero. Wow. I think so. What do you call a monk with keys? Monkeys. Okay. I mean... yeah, so you heal him, and he does more damage as you heal him, so it's going to be fun to heal him, from what I can see. Tank with shield and a shotgun. Sounds like an Overwatch thing, but not Warcraft. People are going to be begging for this class. Mark my words. After this season is out a little bit, people spend some time with Bran and his shield and gun. People are going to be really, really wanting the Tanker class. That's what people have been calling it. Delver's bounty drop rate increased. Yes, now obtainable once per week. The Delver's bounty maps now reward gear with the item level of the tier that the map is completed in. Oh. So now... Wait a minute. They've changed up the tiers a little bit. Complete tier 11 bountiful delves to earn gilded undermined crests. Yes! You can get the mythic gear that way. From delves. Difficulty levels of tiers 9, 10, and 11 have been lowered in Season 2. Developer's notes. In Season 1, tiers above 8 were meant purely for players who wanted a challenge. Right. Now that we have more desirable rewards, such as gilded crests on bountiful tier 11, we wanted to review the difficulty levels of these tiers along with our philosophy behind them. We'd previously balanced them with the thought that tier 11 would be a challenge for all players in the game, even up to the high mythic levels. Well, it's not. It's really not that hard. At least the last time that I didn't think it was that bad. In Season 2, we are changing our philosophy for tier 11 to be the highest challenge for Delve players, which means it is balanced around what fully upgraded gear players can get within the Delve ecosystem as opposed to the entire game. Okay. So, instead of it being challenge for all players in the game, it's going to be the highest challenge for Delve players. So, it's about catering to the people wanting to do the delves instead of trying to pull in people from all walks of life. They're going to try to narrow down the focus to the people that are actually active in this content, which, I mean, that does make sense to me because the game has a ton of other places where you can challenge yourself, including, you know, the Nemesis fight that we'll get. We're gonna get a new Nemesis fight, and I mean, in season 1, people just weren't doing tier 11, tier 10, tier 9. We did tier 8 bountifuls, and that's it. There's no reason to do any higher than that because we do things for the rewards. I mean, it's for the loot, right? Like, I'm the type of player, and I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that obviously the content needs to be fun, but it also needs to have a decent reward. Like, it can be anything, but it needs to have something that's gonna make me really like, I need the carrot. I need the carrot on the stick, which should not be a surprise. A little bit of a carrot. Yeah. I'd much rather see tier level 11 to be challenging for all and be rewarded myth track in the vault. Delves are supposed to be a full pillar of the in-game gearing system. Right now it feels like it's much younger cousin. I remember whenever I had the interview with the WoW devs before the War Within, we talked about the difficulty of the delves and how high they would go up, and I feel like I remember them talking about tier 13, and that ended up not happening. But I remember them saying at the time that there would be like ridiculously high levels of challenge that you could pursue there. But I feel like you need some more motivators to get people to do this at a very, very high level of challenge in the delve. And there wasn't enough. There really wasn't enough for that. Not yet. And it doesn't have to be gear. I mean, for me, I would be motivated to do it for a mount, for a title, stuff like that. But I think for now, they're just focusing on populating this end game pathway with players and making it exciting and like pull in as many delve players as you can. Delves are going to be better, basically. Delves are better, cooler, faster. Just good. Gooder. That's what the patch note says. Dungeons. Mythic Plus is gonna be fun like always. Especially with the guild. Items. There's so much patches. Crazy long. Okay, I'm skipping all that. I don't need to know. Just like small notes about trinkets and things like that. It's not very important. New wild pets to collect and undermine. From Wowhead. This season, someone has stolen Brand's hat. Your objective is to get it back and deal with the Delve Nemesis. Yes, we are going to be doing that. Zekvir too. Zekvir's older brother. We're going to be dealing with. But did they say what the new Nemesis is? I don't know if they did. PvP stuff. I'm skipping all that. New campaign chapters. This is the thing I'm really hyped about. I feel really good about the story with War Within. They have been crushing it. There's been a ton of VA. It's been interesting. And after doing the Goblin starter quest again over the weekend, it reminded me of how fun the Goblin vibe can be. So I have high hopes. There's gonna be a revolution. We're gonna just take down Gallywix, and there's gonna be some side stories. So there's a lot more to learn about goblins and their explosive culture. Kobolds have even snuck in here for a fun romp around a lake. Don't know what that means, but okay. Lake is in suspicious quotation. User interface and accessibility. Okay. New campsites. Backgrounds. can now be unlocked for the character select screen. Huge. Yes. No one steals Bran's hat and gets away with it. No one. Yes. I think I'm gonna change my EU shaman to a goblin for the patch. Well, forever, but for the patch. We might do that in a second. Okay, campsites. You can collect new campsites. Randomize your favorites, which is also really cool. Map and quest log. The map filter now is a counter for how many items are hidden from the map. Well, I'm going to use handy notes no matter what. Swirly effects has been updated. Specializations for hunter pets can now be changed in the stable via a drop-down menu. This is actually massive. This is actually insanely massive. This means that you can go to Petopia and browse any pet that you want. Any pet you want now. It's going to be totally free to choose. You can get the brain pet, make that your ferocity pet. You can get a bear and have a bear be not like any spec you want, which is just amazing. I think this is absolutely fantastic. You can express yourself with your choice of pet better than ever before, and this is the website to use to browse what different appearances you might want. You can browse by the whole gallery. Anyways, what else is there that's of note? Add-on performance information has been added to the top of the add-on list. Huge. Information for specific add-ons is now included in the tooltip that appears when hovering the game menu micro button. This is probably to save GM time from people that refuse to believe that their favorite add-on is draining a lot of resources. Now you'll know just how bad it is. And so that's important info. Help you narrow down a problem add-on if you have 10,000 add-ons like me. Okay, anyways, spend enough time on that.